What's up guys, Donovan Wagner slash Babyface Wagner back with another video. I did shave my face yesterday and now I look like my 2-month-old son, but today is kind of a crappy, gloomy, gray, windy day outside. So we have a fashion shoot coming in around 5:30 p.m. today. So I thought I'd go through and show you guys how I set up my spare room slash kind of office sunroom into a usable studio. This hopefully will show you guys that you can also have a studio at your house. It's not that much effort. It's usually a lot easier than people think, and you don't need as much stuff as people think. So I'm gonna go through and show you guys how I can make this into a usable studio that gets awesome photos. So hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, so you'll see I still have quite a bit of furniture in the room at the moment. This is kind of my desk that I get some editing done. And over here, my dad was so kind to give us this old hide-a-bed, and it naturally just ended up in the spare room. So, I mean, it's always nice to have extra seating in your studio space for makeup artists, parents, spouses, whoever else is gonna be joining the model. So we'll see if we can work this into it somehow and keep it in here. This is the old desk slash just kind of a crappy old table we had kicking around. So I'll probably move this over to that corner just for the makeup artist to set up on, because they usually need some space to lay things out and sit their model down beside there and get them all readied up. And then we're gonna set up our strobes. So I usually use 2 strobes with soft boxes. And then importantly, you have your backdrop. So I went for a 10-foot wide backdrop in here, which takes up 99% of that surface on that wall. And of course it covers up this door while in use. So again, having that roll up option is pretty handy, because now we can still use this as a functional walkway out to the deck, as well as a studio when needed. So, you know, it's all about making space kind of work for you and using what you got, and not thinking that you need to go lease commercial space downtown just to have a studio. So that light is a nightmare, just because it comes down so far off the ceiling and it kind of gets in the way of strobes, like the soft boxes. So I do plan on putting like a low profile light in there at some point, just to kind of allow more space up top. But all right guys, I think it's time we start moving things around and making this look more like a studio. So let's go. Alright guys, so I've decided to use Strobe Pro, a company out of Calgary, for all of my studio stuff, basically, like the strobes, the stands, the case, the backdrop, everything, because A, they're Canadian, they're pretty much the same as like a Godox kind of type strobe, very reliable, awesome stuff. I've never had any issues with it, quite affordable, overnight shipping, many reasons to go with Strobe Pro, so highly recommend it, not sponsored. And also their Rapid Pro soft boxes just pop up in a matter of minutes. No messing with those rods every single time. So really easy to tear down, take with you. I do a lot of traveling and a lot of shooting on location, so these are very helpful. The next beautiful product I want to talk about is a USB-C to USB-C cable. This one's 10 feet long. I think I paid like 14 bucks for it. So if you guys ever want to tether your Sony cameras with USB-C to a program like Capture One, you don't have to go with tether tools, cables. These work just fine. And if you're already using a MacBook, your charger cable will actually work. Although it's quite short, it'll get the job done. So awesome to know that 15 bucks will get you the same thing as a $100 Tether Tools cable. So good to know. All right guys, so in a matter of 7 minutes, so let's say 8 minutes, we were able to unpack the strobes from my last travel shoot, pop them up, put them onto stands, assemble the soft boxes, drop your backdrop, move some stuff out of the way, and already it is looking so much better in here, more usable. It doesn't take, you know, a large space to make it work, so yeah, it just goes to show that you can make do with what you've got, and you can still have fun doing it. So I'm gonna take a break for a few hours here, and then we're gonna come back and I'll show you how I actually set up my camera and everything else to go with this fashion shoot. And hopefully you guys enjoy this kind of content and share some more light into how you can also do this yourself. So stay tuned, guys. All right, guys, we're back. We have the studio set up now for our fashion shoot this evening. Made a few slight changes in what you guys saw earlier. Thanks to my wife, who has probably a better eye for these things than I do. So we've moved some things around, tried to make the most out of, again, this is just like a spare room / office that could already be in your house. Doesn't cost you anything to use every month. And so let's give you guys the tour of what we are going to be doing today and where I'm going to position lights, computers, cameras, makeup, all that stuff. So here we go. So first thing you'll notice is that the strobes and soft boxes take up quite a bit of space. I use 24 by 36 soft boxes. I also do use beauty dishes quite often, as well as other types of light modifiers, but for today, this is what we're going with. So right now, I'm gonna step back. This is kind of against the wall with the backdrop, so you guys can see a wide shot of what the model will be looking at when she's looking that way. So over here on this primary desk, we put the MacBook, which will be tethering from the camera with Capture One open. I'm not sure why the ND filter is making everything purple, but that's going to be where the photos pop up on the screen so that they can see them. And then HDMI'd to my HP monitor so that the makeup artist and myself can also see the photos. And this will be able to kind of go through, make our adjustments as needed. And yeah, it just helps tethering, I find, for everybody's sake. The model can correct some things. It helps see the hair, the makeup, anything that needs change-ups is easy to do so. So then we have the Sony a7R Mark III. I know the Mark IV just came out, but this one will do for quite a while still, I feel. And with that, we have that magical USB-C cable that I talked about earlier going to the MacBook, and that transfers data. So if you guys are using your camera, make sure you set it to PC remote if you want to tether to a computer. I can go through that in a different video, but basically, this one here will be our key light that will be coming down across her face at a 45-degree angle. That one over there will be backlighting, just creating a little bit of a ring light around her hair. Nothing too fancy, nothing too crazy here, but again, it will get the job done, and I have a feeling the shots will be amazing. The old table that was just kind of taking up space, we've decided to put in this back corner here. This will allow the makeup artist to kind of set up and have lots of natural light and plugins for ring lights, hair straighteners, all that fun stuff. And then a stool that's adjustable height, so always helpful as well for getting makeup done. The old hide-a-bed, my best friend, the hide-a-bed. We didn't, it had crossed our mind from anything from throwing it off the deck to taking it to the dump to whatever, but we decided to keep it in here, just kind of tucked it against the wall in the back corner here. It's not going to be in anyone's way, and then I guess it is extra seating for anyone like the makeup artist who has a nice view of the monitor there so that she can kind of sit, relax, watch the shoot if she decides to stick around. And then again, that also allows me to have this full runway here from this end of the room all the way to that end of the room. So then I can shoot with my 85mm lens and I don't feel crammed. I don't feel, claustrophobic in here having to shoot with a wide angle and distorting everyone's face. So, all right, guys, that's a wrap for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this style of content. I had a lot of fun making this. Basically, I had to do this stuff anyways because I have a shoot coming in, but I thought I would just share that with you guys to show you that really you can use the space you have, and the results you're going to get are very, very similar to what you'd get if you had a studio space elsewhere. So save yourself the $1,500 to $3,000 if you're just starting out as a photographer. Start out at home, get your business up and running. And then once you find it necessary to have a bigger space, absolutely, those are nice to have. But this is just to show you guys if you're just starting out or you are trying to get more into portrait photography, fashion photography, headshot photography, you can absolutely make do at home. So that's it for today. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I look forward to sharing more content with you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.